Welcome to episode 29 of Win Me the Lottery, Tony, and football's coming. Is it coming home?
Do I think it's coming home Euro 2024? I believe so.
You keep saying you do. You're the only person in the world who thinks it after watching the first four England games. But you've made a good point of this quite often happens. Tournament winners maybe start a little bit slow. They scrape through. Argentina had a really bad start in the last World Cup. Yeah. Italy in the last Euros. They won a lot of games by tight margins. Maybe it is coming home after all.
Well, the fact is, Chris, is that no matter what the performances have been, and you will hear Alan Shearer have a go. Actually, Lineker. To be Dixon last night wasn't too bad.
Yeah,
he was having a go, but he's usually a winner.
Him and that other bloke on ITV are just so bad. Like that Sam, the commentator.
I don't know.
Sam Matterface, I think.
Oh yeah. But I'm just saying, the fact is that we were in the Euro quarterfinals. We're in the quarterfinals, and for me, it doesn't matter how we got there. That we didn't play very well, but we got the job done. But we're in the quarterfinals.
If we draw every single game in 90 minutes, but win at extra time or in penalties, will we win the tournament, Tony?
Yeah.
I believe we will.
Yeah. I just think, look, there's so many cases of me watching England where we just completely dominate, or we smash the friendlies. We're like, we win all these small teams. We do quite well in the initial games, and then we're crap when it comes in the games that counts in the knockout games. I rather we change it up, and that's a genius of Southgate. He's probably going, guys, just play crap really now, play really rubbish now, so it's almost kind of we're lulling the fans as well as the opposition to think that we're kind of shit right now. And then they might actually be a little bit adventurous in their tactics. And then we turn it up.
Because that's the thing.
Yeah.
Switzerland, Schweiz.
Yeah.
All the German language teams are playing really well at the moment.
Yeah.
Deutschland.
Yeah.
Okay, they got a little bit lucky with VAR the other day.
Yeah.
Schweiz. Yeah. Switzerland have been brilliant. They look superb. Österreich. Austria as well. And to be honest, if you watch Schweiz and England in the first four games, you would almost certainly say Schweiz are going to slap us up on Saturday.
For our listeners, what does Schweiz mean?
Schweiz is Switzerland.
There we go. Yeah. That's the original Schweiz. Yeah. And what's Austria again?
Österreich.
That's it.
But I do know that it's Schweiz in German, but I think Swiss Germans say Schweiz.
Okay.
So you go Hop Schweiz. My missus, she grew up in Switzerland, so that's how I know that. But I won't be hopping for Schweiz. I'll be hopping mad if they beat us on Saturday, Tony.
I mean, let's just say that I'll be enjoying some Swiss chocolate for sure for the game because we're gonna eat them alive, as they say. But yeah, obviously it's Euro mania right now. But I'm gonna be honest, Chris. Yes, I'm getting excited because England are in the quarterfinals, but the Euros hasn't really grabbed me.
And normally it does sweep you away, doesn't it?
It really does. I don't know what's wrong with 2024. I'm just, I've been kind of in and out of it, really. I haven't got really excited. Maybe the games have been a bit lackluster. But what about you, Chris? I mean, have you been...
I always get swept up in it. And Tony, regular listeners probably wondering why we haven't been on for the last 2 weeks. And 2 weeks ago, I was in Deutschland, in Germany, to see the opening weekend of the tournament. So it certainly swept me up. But I was then in Croatia, so I caught some of the games in Croatia. So I haven't actually seen that many games in the UK, to be honest. And even yesterday, I was at a festival, so I couldn't see the England game, which was maybe a good thing.
Well, to see the highlights, I would say for sure. But what was the vibe over in Germany then? Was it?
Oh, it was brilliant. We were in Hamburg with the Dutch fans.
Nice.
And they were superb. And, everyone thinks, all of Europe hate English people. But actually, when you start chatting to them, they don't mind you. Or maybe it's just me. I don't know, Tony. You tell me.
Well, I guess you're not, doing loutish behaviour. I mean, was England fans well behaved, would you say? Or?
Well, because we weren't in a town where the England fans were. There were some around, and everybody was impeccably behaved.
Oh, that's great.
And yeah, I think that's what we need, isn't it?
Well, as you know, with the Euros, it's obviously it's great to have because the Premier League's ended, the typical season's ended, and then we still get football throughout the summer, which is great. But I guess later on when we talk about our topic of the week, it's all about the money.
Mm-hmm.
So we know there's a lot of money in football, especially in the Premier League and the other kind of domestic leagues.
And there's a lot of money if you win the lottery.
Yes,
and that's how we're tying it together for our topic of the week this week.
Exactly, and I'm just curious. I'm sure I want to test your knowledge a bit later. The topic of the week, Chris, is that what is the money in the Euros, and what I mean by that is that how much money is in the prizes that the kind of participating teams actually get.
Okay.
Is it a lot? Is it crazy amounts? Is it small amounts? What do they even do with it?
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a prize pot for winning it. I thought it was just the prestige. But yeah, looking forward to that, Tony.
I mean, it's true. It's like that's payment enough to be chosen to represent your nation in a great tournament. Right, shall we move on to our lottery result, which is segment 1?
Yeah, Tony, I've heard that there might be a big jackpot.
I think so. What is the jackpot, Chris?
£11.4 million, which is one of the highest that we've seen. It's normally hovering around that sort of 4 million mark, isn't it? So 11.4 million, if we do win it, that'll take us a long way, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would probably be a little bit more adventurous in the penthouse that I would choose.
Yeah.
Definitely central London with that. But what were the winning numbers? So it was 7, 11.
7-11.
19. 25, 29, 31, and the bonus ball was 6. Machine name was Merlin and ball set 5.
Good to see Merlin again.
Yeah, the magical Merlin. I mean, it's always either
Gertrude. No, was it Guinevere?
Arthur, is it?
Arthur,
yeah. So, what did we match? So we only matched one number, which is number 11. Good news is that there were 0 winners for this week's jackpot.
Good.
So it's only going to get bigger.
Good.
For Wednesday, and maybe for
So we need to enter Wednesday this week, Tony.
Actually, it might be worth it.
Should I get the ticket this time?
You can do. I mean, yeah. Why not?
Why don't we just go quids in? We'll buy 52, the guaranteed way to win. 52.
Yeah. I was trying to align it with the Euros. Is there a match on the Wednesday? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I think the last 16 ends Tuesday. Yeah, tomorrow night.
So that is the situation. We haven't won the lottery this week, but
every single week we seem to fail so far. But that is what manifestation is all about. I don't know if you watched Dua Lipa's set. You probably didn't at Glastonbury, but she was actually saying. She said, I know some of you out there don't believe in manifestation, but look at me. This is what I dreamed of my whole life, standing on the pyramid stage at Glastonbury. I've manifested it towards me.
See, I think I might have heard some of my music, but I'm a fan now. Just hearing that.
Just hearing those words.
I think, I'm going to manifest me and Dua Lipa manifesting together somewhere.
What?
Manifesting.
Oh, manifesting. Okay, yeah.
She's manifesting herself at a festival.
Yeah.
Glastonbury. I mean, that is a highlight for any artist to play at Glastonbury. Even though I did watch some bits on TV, I've never done the whole festival thing, but the sound wasn't great.
Would you be comfortable in the tent?
First of all,
5 days, whatever it is. No shower.
I would, if I was to go now, I'd probably do the whole glamping thing. But one of my
definitely, yeah. When I next go, I want to do the proper.
You've done festivals before.
I have.
Which one did you go to?
Glastonbury. I've done a few, but Glastonbury was the best by far.
Can I ask a question? How did you know where your tent was? Because there's like 1,000. Did you mark it somewhere with a flag or something?
Well, there's different zones, as I recall. So you can find your way to that zone, and then you have to remember within that zone exactly where it is. So
see, this is a nightmare. If you're intoxicated with alcohol and whatever, is it narcotics? Should we say narcotics?
Joy.
Joy, whatever chemicals.
Joy from the festival.
Yeah, joy from the festival.
The only drug I need.
It's dark. There's like loads of people. I mean, like, I can imagine getting myself lost.
Imagine you accidentally go in the wrong tent.
Oh, right. And then you suddenly just snuggle up against someone thinking it's someone that you know.
Yeah, and it turns out to be a big old boy.
One thing leads to another.
And then you realise it's your stepsister.
What, the boy?
Yeah.
Well, it's 2024.
Previously it was
it's 2024.
Yeah.
But no, you've had that whole experience. I've never...
You've got to do it. I think so.
I passed it.
Yeah, but I think glamping is fine, Tony.
Yeah.
You just go glamping. You get your own shower. Much better that way.
Yeah. Or maybe I could do one of those things where I'm working in one of those stalls. You know, I'm like on the walk, doing the needs, and I get like, is that a certain area for work? Is the Glastonbury? Possibly.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But yeah, okay, maybe was it every 2 years or every year?
I think it's every year except they have fallow years. I don't know when the fallow year is, but
I'm going to make
next year glamping.
I'm going to make a commitment to you, Chris, and to our listeners. If we win the lottery, I'm going to go glamping in Glastonbury.
You could just buy the whole festival, Tony, if we win 11.4. Well, probably not, actually.
I might not even at Burning Man. I'll probably need a bit more. I need more. Everyone, you need a load of money to go to Burning Man. But yeah, what of our listeners have been in touch this week, Chris?
Loads of them, Tony. Our mailbag is bulging yet again. So this one's from Anonymous. We cannot read out who's sent us this because it's a bit of a touchy one. Hi, big fan of the pod. In the Euros, my boyfriend has started gambling again. He had big problems with this in the past and we worked hard for him to stop. I found out because he has been treating me to lots of gifts. It turns out he's made thousands in this tournament alone. Do I stop him or shall we wait until his luck turns? That's from Anonymous by email. I think they've probably created a burner email there, Tony. When you look at the email addresses come from, just a long string of numbers and letters there. So,
he's on a good run betting on the Euros.
So clearly he's had problems with gambling in the past, and they worked together to stop him gambling. But he's relapsed, and he started again in the Euros. But he's actually on a really lucky streak. So he's made thousands, and so his missus is just thinking, or whoever it is. Actually, should I bother stopping him at the moment? Should we just wait until his luck turns?
I think, thousands, I'm assuming it's probably like the tens of thousands, maybe under 10,000.
It could even be more. We don't know. More.
If he wants to make hundreds of thousands, put it all in England right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Put all your winnings on England. The odds are probably drifting more and more with every game we've played.
Yeah. I think that's a success story.
But, because I've got another one. I'm not a big better by any means, but when the time's up to a couple here and there, makes it more interesting. That might re-engage you a bit. But the one that I did, because big names like England, Italy was the other one. I watched their games. They were shocking, Tony. And I watched Switzerland, Schweiz, and they were brilliant. But Switzerland had longer odds than Italy just because of the name. So I was like, right, I'm putting some money down on Schweiz. And I actually made a bet on Saturday because they convincingly knocked out Italy. So probably people might be saying, actually, if you watch Schweiz in England, Schweiz have been significantly better. That could be a decent. I would never bet against my own country, of course.
Well, on paper now, you would definitely say Switzerland are the favourites.
If you watch both teams, but you didn't know who they were, and you just saw clippings and they anonymised it, you would definitely be going Schweiz.
Yeah, definitely. So I don't know what. Okay, let's just say I actually feel for this person that gambling can be a serious problem.
But I think you made a really good point. We need to know how many thousands, because as you say, if it's at below 10,000, don't stop yet. He's on to a winner. You've got to get into those 5 figures.
Well, we're all about to be millionaires. Yeah. If he's made close to 100,000, put it all in England, he could be a millionaire by the end of the tournament.
Yeah. No, you're quite right.
Okay.
But as you say, it's a serious problem.
Well, but okay. Let's just say, I would say this. Is this a good compromise? Enjoy yourself for the Euros.
And then that's it.
Cold turkey afterwards.
Never again.
Cold turkey. Maybe to the next World Cup. No, cold turkey. No more.
Just leave it there. But yeah, so we also had a load of comments on our YouTube channels, Tony. So do you remember when we talked about the robot flamethrower a few weeks ago?
Could I forget? I mean, what is with that robot?
So it's a robot dog, right? It's a robot dog, and it just spits out flames. It is literally a flamethrower. And we were like, well, what the hell? What's the purpose of this? But Lazar Stevanovic has got in touch on YouTube, says, used in wildfire control. Now, Tony, I don't know, we were talking about this earlier. Is Lazar pulling our leg here?
I mean, it's a robot dog that is
A flamethrower.
a flamethrower. It's a robot of destruction. So how are you using a robot dog that is used to create fires, to control fires?
Can you stop fire by increasing the amount of fire?
Well, wait, don't they say fight fire with fire? But is that a bad thing?
We need to research this.
No, he needs to say water. Because you control fires with water, not fire.
Oh my goodness, can you really fight fire with fire? Backfiring is a technique where firefighters burn fuel in the path of a wildfire to halt its advance or redirect it.
Oh, that's wild.
Wow.
We can combat fire by removing one and the triangle collapses. What does that mean?
Yeah, they say fire versus fire because you can burn a controlled area into the forest, so any wildfire can't spread further into that area, of course.
Okay, I hold my hands up.
So you burn that controlled area and it won't be able to keep getting... I hold my hands up, I hold my legs up, everything.
Oh, so it's almost like if you burn everything around, it's got no fuel to keep...
Yeah, it can't spread anymore.
See,
it can't spread like wildfire.
You learn something new every day. Okay.
Oh, well, we take it all back. I have to say that Lazar Stevanovic, you are a genius. Thank you, sir.
Well, to be fair, only a bit of feedback. He should have been more specific on how it controls the fire.
Yeah, Lazar, you've got to do better. We'll have to tell him that. And then SebZed86, and we were talking, and this is a bit of a cheeky one, we were talking about what would be the ideal Father's Day present. And Tony, I think you were saying foot massage from your son. But SebZ86 said, I get my dad a new body, crying face emoji. That's a bit unfair, isn't it?
So does that mean the dad's dead, or is he...
I think it means he's just ugly and out of shape. No?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, yeah, maybe.
Maybe it's not as dark as that.
Or maybe he's in a wheelchair.
Yeah, maybe he's in a non-vegetative state. He's like Michael Schumacher. He's basically a vegetable.
Yeah.
He's
I mean, why not? I mean, I think that's enough.
Really fat. We don't know.
We don't know.
We can't. But again, they need to give more context.
You know, with again, this is another episode that I'm thinking about is the idea of plastic. When you're a millionaire, you can pay for surgeries that you might want. You know, some people have, I want to say it's body dysmorphia, but some people just, I actually hate my nose.
Yeah, I can actually do something. Why, mate.
No. Or like, I want to get the fat, you know, I could pay for lipos or whatever. But anyway, that's just something else. But yeah, I hope, you know, hopefully it's just aesthetics, that the dad's okay, is what we're after.
Absolutely, I hope he is. And then we had another one. Who should pay on the first date was the topic. And I think we were saying, look, you never hear about women paying. It's either go Dutch or the bloke pays. Well, why don't we ever hear people saying women are going to pay the whole lot? But as we said, on our app that we've been planning for months, our dating app, you know, you could input your salary into there and then you just have a sliding scale that just says exactly how much you should pay on the date.
Definitely.
And you know, and then you put a budget into the app and you buy everything through the app for the whole night.
Definitely. And if you earn quite a lot of interest that month, you also get dessert.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And we charge a 1,700% APR on our loan. Because it's all a loan.
Yeah, and that's not including service charge.
No, exactly. Yeah. Anyways, we had one about dating, who should pay, and the one-man crowd just responded. He said, lol, dating? Give me a break. What is this? The 1950s? Dating? Really? Ha 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 ha. Crying out loud, laughing emojis times 3. Okay. So that's what the one-man crowd... What's he trying to say? That people just don't date anymore?
Well, I think...
Or
The name says it all.
Yeah, the one-man crowd.
He likes...
Is he an incel?
I guess... Well, what does he mean by dating?
He sounds a lot like an incel, but again, just no context.
Yeah, he's just a one-man crowd, and he's got his right hand, I guess.
Yeah, and that's all he needs.
That's all he needs.
Oh, that is all he needs. And Tony, we just got to say, before we dive into the topic of the week, you can follow us on all the social media platforms you can think of. TikTok, Win Me the Lottery. Instagram, Win Me the Lottery. YouTube, Win Me the Lottery. That's it.
Yeah, those are the main ones. Those are the main ones. We haven't explored the ones in China yet.
We should get onto WeChat, shouldn't we?
We should do. But there might be some other ones in the middle. Like, hey, I think in the Middle East they've got a lot of money. Maybe they find this content quite interesting. We might need to get on there.
Well, it's only, I don't know about China mainland, but Hong Kong, they love a flutter, don't they? So we can probably break it. Yeah. But yeah, Tony, should we move on to our topic of the week, which this week is?
Well, it's money in the Euros 2024. So it's all about the Euros right now, but we care about the money as well.
Yeah, we always do. We don't really care about anything except money. We know the price of everything and the value of nothing.
Yeah. I mean, money makes the world go round. We've seen it even, okay, it's a Euros, but the World Cup in Qatar.
Yeah.
Oh, how did that happen?
But Tony, this is such a good point. I was out there in Germany. You see the atmosphere.
Yeah.
You saw the Dutch fans going crazy. This is what it's all about. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's football. It's about having a great time with fellow fans, your friends, your family. I'm sorry to say it, having a beer. How many Weiss beers did I consume out there in Germany?
How many?
You don't have to. Thousands. And that was just in one night.
There's money right there into the economy.
Exactly. Qatar, it's not really, I'm sorry, it's just not the right place.
Okay, I'm gonna go on the other end where football is a worldwide loved sport, and the history has to start somewhere. Europe is lucky that there's such heritage with football. Qatar, I mean, I was a bit like, what, we're doing it around Christmas time? What?
I hated that. And you had these muppets who say, actually, I preferred it. No! Look at the weather. You get outside in the summer when the days are long.
Yeah.
And you go and watch the game. No, not at Christmas.
You know what? I still think about, because I missed the England match when we played
France.
And
if you'd have watched it, we'd have won.
I was in the Royal Albert Hall watching Home Alone, which I loved.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't on Christmas, and I wasn't at the Home Alone orchestra thing, because that was at Christmas time, and it was perfect for that, I loved it.
Were you refreshing your phone to?
Well, in the intermission, a lot of guys were just watching it. Yeah, they were on the phone, and I said, if I was watching it, Harry Kane might have
scored that penalty. Yeah. He probably would.
But anyway, let's forget. I mean, I still haven't gotten over Euro '96, to be honest, but that's fine. We're in Euro 2024. Southgate has pulled the team, what do you call it, through tooth and nail. We've made it through to the quarterfinals. Yeah. And yes, the motivation is glory for England.
Yeah.
We might even get a national holiday out of the back of this.
England. Well, that would be a great one. We're going to have a new government most likely on Thursday. On Friday, when the results come in. Sir Keir Starmer is pretty much odds on now to be the next Prime Minister. First thing you do, national holiday. It's a great way to start it off, isn't it?
Imagine that. New government, England win the Euros, we get a day off.
New start, fresh start, a new era for Great Britain. And
we win the lottery. It's all coming together.
All coming together.
But I guess, all these things are great. And, a lot of the motivation for a lot of people in life in general is money.
Yeah.
So you want to see how much money is in the Euros. And I don't know if you actually know, Chris.
I have no idea.
This is why I want to test your knowledge. So, major event, the Euros. But what is the prize money within the Euros?
So for the winning team?
Well, you'll be interested to know that there's actually money throughout all of the various different stages. Okay. So I guess we can begin,
I'm not looking. Just tell me.
Okay,
so let me guess. Okay,
I'm going to go. Yeah, you can guess. So what is the prize money at the group stage? So first of all, it's like for a team to win a group stage match, how much do you think it is? And let's start with let's do pounds.
200 grand.
It's actually higher.
Is it? £1 million?
It's close. Well, it's €1 million. It's £860,000.
That is quite a lot, isn't it? Yeah.
If you win a group stage match, what about if you draw one?
400 grand. 500 grand.
Yeah. You've got it.
Yeah,
429,000
Oh, brilliant. Yeah.
for each draw. Okay, how much do you reckon a team gets for qualification for the last 16?
2.5 mil.
It's actually lower.
1 mil.
Yeah, it's 1.29 million
Nice.
pounds. I think that's all right. That's pretty good. Okay, England have qualified for this. So what is the prize money for qualification for the quarterfinals?
2 mil.
Yeah, it's 2.14 million.
Back of the net.
So this is adding up. I mean, it's okay. I mean, Premier League terms. I mean,
It's nothing.
what 2.14 million? I mean, Ronaldo probably earned that in like a month or something.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you later.
Oh yeah. Okay, qualification for semi-finals.
4 mil.
I mean, it's 3.4.
3.4.
3 mil.
Final 10 mil. Winners 10 mil.
Runners up. What do you reckon?
Runners up 6 mil. Winners 10 mil.
No, well, runners up is 4.29 million pounds.
All right.
Champions is 6.86 million pounds. So, actually,
And you get a participation fee, 9 mil. Well, it's £8 million.
yeah, £8 million. So, I guess if that, it all adds up here, I'm just trying to think like, here we go. So Spain so far are 100% records, right?
Yeah.
So they've gotten all that prize money at this current time. They won all their group matches. Actually, they conceded against Georgia, but they didn't concede any goal before that.
Yeah.
So they're on course to earn the maximum of 24.23 million.
Yeah, and it's an interesting one because, do they then split that out? How does the nation split that out? And we'll come on to this later because England actually donate, the players donate their, they donate their player fees, their sort of match fees.
Yeah.
Do they donate the prize?
I actually don't know. I guess...
Interesting. Okay, they earn a match fee.
So it says here that England stars get paid for play. How much do England stars get paid? So actually doesn't. Where does it say actually?
There you go, £2,000 per game. Oh well, that's not a lot, is it?
That is,
really
I guess,
nothing. I mean, no wonder they donate it to charity. It's just not even worth it, is it?
I mean, that is worth the good PR anyway.
Yeah,
just to do that, But I guess payment is actually being chosen to actually represent your nation.
And apparently England's players have negotiated a significant share of the 24 million the FA will receive as tournament winners. The squad, so this answers our question, the squad are set to share a pot of around 10 million if they bring football home. Southgate would be due 4 million in that eventuality.
That's taking the shine off a little bit off the donation.
Yeah, because the match fee is nothing. I don't know, Tony, I don't know.
Well, again, this is a perfect example of the rich just get richer, don't they?
Yeah.
You're getting mills.
Speculate to accumulate.
Yeah. But hey, we want if we want someone to win the prize, we want
England. We do it for England.
So, I mean, you did quite well in actually guessing the prize money. I mean, in general, do you? I would have thought the prize money for the whole team to win the tournament would accumulate to about at least 50 million.
Yeah, I
don't know why.
Think with football, because as you say, with the clubs, it's all about that really in terms of the money, and they earn so much. Whereas when it comes to sports like tennis, it's all about the prize money, right? Yeah. And actually, they rack up quite a lot in tennis as well, more than I thought.
How much is
it gets into the millions and millions. If you go, I think, like for example, Djokovic might even be. Let's see, Djokovic prize money total is $181 million.
But like Wimbledon, like how much is that? Wimbledon? It's like a couple of mil for men.
Yeah, it is genuinely a lot, and it's something you don't obviously think of the prestige.
Person, though, yeah.
And I reckon it is. Oh my God! Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, 2.7 million you will win if you're gentlemen's and ladies.
Oh, yeah, because they argued for it. But,
which is correct, I would say.
Well, the men's do 5 sets, though.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Well, true.
Well, I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think, it's sports like that, you need that kind of prize money, whereas football, not even really sure.
Okay, what about boxing?
To give anything.
What about boxing?
I have no idea how much.
Okay, I'll show you. How much money do you remember Floyd Mayweather?
Yeah.
Floyd Mayweather versus McGregor.
300 million.
Mayweather reportedly earned around $300 million in total for the fight, while McGregor earned about 100 million. That's like 400 million for like a fight.
Yeah.
That is boxing is crazy.
Who pays them?
The pay-per-views, I guess all the sponsors, the event holders, but hey, I think there's
such an utterly puerile, boring sport.
I don't mind it.
No,
I prefer MMA, but everyone knows that now. Yeah, there's more blood and knockouts.
But Tony, just to sort of expand on this point, right, of football, and it's all about the club football. Who do you think? It's probably quite obvious. Who's the highest paid player at the tournament?
Mbappe.
No.
Oh,
it's not. And actually, the thing is, because when I was having a look at this, there's one particular country where a lot of them play.
Of course, it's Ronaldo, isn't it?
It's
like
Saudi Arabia. So a lot of the highest paid are sort of players you'd think, really? And then it's like there was some Serbian player who plays in Saudi. But it is Ronaldo, and apparently Ronaldo nets £3 million per week.
Oh my!
Which really
is that tax free as well?
It must be, yeah.
My!
But apparently, so I read something about this, that you have to live there for 2 years and earn there for 2 years before it becomes. So not before it becomes tax free. Maybe it is before it becomes.
Okay.
But basically, if you leave before the 2 years are up, you forego. Yeah, you have to pay the tax. So Jordan Henderson, he had to pay it. And that's why Ronaldo's still there, probably. He's like, 3 million is like 150 million a year, tax-free. But if you think about it, we always say footballers earn so much.
Yeah.
But I mean, compared to boxing for one fight, it's actually not, is it?
Well, with boxing, you could die. You could potentially die as well. I mean, same with football. I mean, football is physical.
A bit more exciting.
Yeah. But yeah, they don't fight that. Well, they fight maybe. Yeah, most boxers, they could do... What's the maximum amount of fights they do in a year? Maybe 4 max.
I mean, let's be honest here, Tony,
Yeah.
about that thing that masquerades as a sport. If it was fight to the death, then at least there's some sort of jeopardy to it. Do you think it would bring in the punters?
Well, this is the thing. Like, the closest comparison that I've seen, like, fighting to the death is like... bare knuckle boxing, that is brutal. I don't think they get paid that much. And you got like this stuff like called King of the Streets, where it's like underground fighting, and it's like anything goes.
Yeah.
And I don't think they get paid that much either. I mean, they
just
die.
love it. They're just thrilled.
Well, I think I'll probably count myself in that category where we have this animalistic desire for violence, and to at the end of the day,
it's only natural. It's only natural.
These guys, they're literally. It's almost attempted murder in a lot of these cases, but at the end of the day, they stand up and then they show some kind of respect where they're like, they've pushed themselves to the limit. It's like that film Fight Club. It's like to feel alive. It's like these guys don't feel alive unless they're on the verge of death or knowing that they could die, I guess. But anyhow, I think the smart money's in football or like boxing anyway.
So much more interesting to watch. But another point is, obviously in Britain, in England, the players are very well paid. Think about the tax money that we are bringing in from them. And that was the hilarious thing when, back in COVID, they were saying, footballers need to donate their salaries to the NHS and... it was actually, the argument was we need to pay footballers what nurses get. Well, hang on a minute. They're the ones paying the tax that funds the NHS.
That is a good point. Their contribution to tax is quite significant.
Yeah, I mean, obviously hard to match, but that is literally it's capitalism. That's what we're in, and that's the economy of what they play.
That's if there's money to provide for it.
Yeah.
Just think about it. How much the players get paid X amount? How much money is actually in the game? It's crazy.
Well, yeah. And I presume when there's a transfer fee, the government, that's taxed.
Yeah. Well, maybe not for Man City.
Yeah, definitely not for Man City. But yeah, just one other observation on money in the Euros. Tell me what the hell is going on. You remember when it used to be the Euros and you had those classic sponsors? I think Coca-Cola is still there, but you'd have MasterCard, Heineken, all of that. This year I'm confronted with Alipay, AliExpress, BYD, I'd never even heard, an electric vehicle. What else is it? Hisense. Just a load of Chinese sponsors. I even searched this up. I was like, why are there so many Chinese sponsors at the Euros? And it is genuinely, basically, they're targeting the Chinese market because they watch the tournament. But don't you find that a bit wrong? It's the Euros.
What are you trying to say, Chris? Are you saying that I'm not welcome to watch the Euros?
I would absolutely.
I'm not even Chinese. I'm part Chinese, but you know what?
Are you part Chinese?
Yeah, my mum.
I thought you were just fully Vietnamese.
Well, my mum was born in Vietnam, but her family's originally Chinese.
Okay.
But I guess it's easy. There's money there.
Yeah.
We'll talk about money in the Euros. So if a sponsor actually, well, hold on, the Euros want to get big in China, or the Chinese brands want to reach European market, right?
Well, no, I think probably they do want to reach the European market as well, but I think it's mostly driven by reaching the Chinese market because it's also like Alipay. I've never ever seen that available. Why on earth would I start using Alipay when I've got Apple Pay on my phone?
Yeah, I guess, to be honest,
built-in, native.
I have heard people, we know some people who buy stuff from AliExpress. It takes about a week to go over, but Shein, with that IPO for the UK, people buy more and more tap from these kind of big conglomerates that sell stuff really cheap. I guess Alibaba is kind of the equivalent of like Amazon, isn't it?
Yeah.
That we know. But to be honest, Hisense, that's what they do, TVs and stuff like that. I don't think I would have bought an electronic system from Hisense, like a TV. Now I probably would be. Now I've seen it on the Euros. Honestly,
it gives it legitimacy.
Do you feel that before? Like it's the same thing when I saw LG.
I still wouldn't.
Like,
I still wouldn't. So I'm going to do my research and see. Yeah. But I mean, it's great credibility to have an official partner, proud partner, Euro 2024.
Yeah. You've got Harry Kane.
Harry Kane on that. The only other problem with it is, well, by the way, have you seen Lidl? I think it's Lidl.
Yeah, Lidl's
proud partners.
German, isn't it?
But yeah, the only thing I would complain, because when I was out there in Germany and then in Croatia, they have this great intro, which is just the standard intro to the Euros.
Yeah.
Great little song. It goes, do-do-do. In the UK, the BBC and ITV produced their own intro. And it doesn't have this catchy thing.
So you reckon that's a license?
Yeah, no, I think they just choose because they got the resource. It's like, I'm just going to do our own one. It's much better.
Oh, I didn't. I might have to YouTube that.
I'll show you. Yeah, so basically every other country just used the one that's been made, and BBC and ITV do their own one. But sponsors say it's got to go back to the good old days. You remember Formula One and football? Marlborough. Benson and Hedges. Newcastle Brown Ale. Just booze and tobacco. That's what it's all about.
Can tobaccos advertise?
Not anymore. Yeah. It's not allowed.
What about vapes then?
I don't think so. I don't know. But I just fed up with all this rubbish coming in. Booking.com are there. And you see Expedia on Champions League and I think they sponsored Liverpool.
What about that Gazprom? That's like energy.
That was a state-owned Russian. But that was another one. Basically, it's a lot of state intervention, and UEFA will just sell out.
Yeah.
But they had a brilliant little ad. Do you remember the Champions League?
Yeah, the cartoony.
Yeah, a great soundtrack. But they had to go, of course, due to Putin's illegal invasion of Ukraine.
What about how many crisps does Lay's sell? Because they got their ads are quite like they got Messi on them. They got like all that.
Yeah.
It's like they make crisps.
Yeah.
They're like Walkers. Are they part of the same company?
It is. Yeah. Walkers and Lay's. It's PepsiCo. It's owned by Pepsi.
Wow.
So I think they
there
signed
you
them
go.
up for Pepsi as well because I've seen Messi on the Pepsi.
See.
He probably makes crazy amounts. Turkish Airlines are often there, aren't they? This time it's Qatar Airways.
Yeah, Qatar.
Which does. Anyway, I won't get into Qatar.
Well, it's good. I've been Etihad and Qatar. I've been to Etihad, and that's another level.
Good. Yeah.
Not to diss British Airways, but
Have I been on Qatar? I think I might have been on Qatar before, but
oh, there you go. You can't get away from
so
it.
I can't. But Tony, all we can say on the Euros is let's just hope and pray.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, there's a game live while we record this. Should we? Oh, they've just scored. Breakthrough. Yeah, Muani, 1-0 France. Wow, okay. So France, a bit like England, they haven't really lit up the tournament yet, but they've got the talent there. So it's almost, does it matter, as you say, if you just scrape through?
Yeah.
If you're still in it, and you just say, we haven't particularly had a bad defence in the tournament, have we? We haven't let many goals. You stay in there, you hang on in there. We can score any moment because we've got that talent. Something can come out of nowhere.
Exactly. I mean, the question is that would you rather play amazingly, great performance, but you lose?
Yeah, no.
Exactly.
That's what happened when we lost to France last time.
Right. So if we move on to segment 3, which is picking next week's numbers.
It is time to pick the numbers that are going to make us millionaires.
Imagine we'll probably win if it rolls over, maybe we might get close to the whole Euros prize money.
Yeah, you're
24
right.
million?
Yeah.
No, maybe.
We'll get a month's wage for Ronaldo.
Yeah. Right, so the first number that I had was the number 43. So this story, I mean, I don't know if any snooker fans out there.
I don't know what.
But if you want,
that's almost as bad as boxing.
I actually quite like snooker, but if you're not a fan of snooker, you don't follow it. This story might have kind of grabbed your eyes because basically, this is going back a good few weeks where they were filming the World Championship snooker tournament, and in the background, people weren't talking about the actual snooker championship. They were talking about what they saw in the background of a video.
It's disgusting.
And it was quite disturbing. You saw, I guess it was a teenage boy. I mean, he looked young. He was a young teenager.
Young boy.
And some man was nibbling on his earlobe. And people were like, what the hell is going on here? Because it is creepy as hell. And it is raising concerns, especially people on social media and viewers. It's like, is this kid safe?
The only thing is, Tony, would you say it was a bit erotic when you watched the clip?
I'm not going to say how I personally felt from watching the clip.
Definitely not. Sick, physically ill.
But if this is a relative,
Yeah.
would you be comfortable with your own dad nibbling your ear in public, let alone an uncle or a cousin?
And that's what's a bit worrying about it, Tony, because a lot of child sexual abuse cases do start close to home.
Yeah. So, okay, the guy's name is, it's clear here, and his name is Stefano Vocci, so he sounds Italian.
He is Italian.
So they're affectionate people, they're touchy-feely.
He was biting and nuzzling his ear.
And he still defends his actions. He's just like, well, I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I guess, people they express affection in different ways. I think it's just,
Sharing love and affection.
sharing love and
As he said
affection.
himself, Vocci.
So what did he say here? And there's a quote here. It says, there are many clarifications to make, but everything is in process. I was just someone sharing love and affection like anyone else. That was exposed maliciously. Well,
So
I don't know.
His post went on to identify his relationship with the boy, which we're not reproducing. Why not? Let's find out. It continued. All the pictures are being edited in social networks. These pictures are not mine. They're just setting this up to affect me. Come on, we've got to see the video again, but by all means, it's not.
I'm not making this up, but if you look at, does he look like
He doesn't look quite right, does he, Tony?
Why are they not telling his relationship to the boy? I mean, what's this conspiracy? If they said it was his son, okay, it's his son.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Well, he's not. It said it's not.
It's not his son.
Yeah, it's some sort of other relation.
So what could it be? It's either his son, his
nephew,
cousin.
It's got to be one of those, surely.
Well, there you go. I mean, that's number 43 because he's 43
years old, and he has been cleared. And we always trust the legal process, though.
Yeah, I mean, Yorkshire police are all over it. If they're not taking action, then they must see it.
Who are we to
I'm not judging.
Question and judge
Yeah.
Yorkshire police?
Right, on to the next one. And again, we're sticking on the theme of law here. And our listeners might be familiar with this story because we've talked about this before. And this story actually stands out because I don't know if you're a fan of Pringles, Chris.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Yeah, the reason actually that I don't often buy Pringles is because it is, for me, it's genuinely true. If I open a big thing of Pringles and they've got them near me,
they're going.
They're all going within the same day.
Are you, ready salted? Are you... No, sour cream and chive.
Sour cream and chive is delicious.
I like barbecue as well. I mean, all of them are good. I mean, salt and vinegar, it's okay.
Nah, it's boring.
So with this story, I mean, I could just recite this off the top of my head. I mean, this Ohio attorney, he was done for kind of defecating, is the polite word, into Pringles cans.
Yeah.
And he did that, if I remember correctly, about 10 times since the number 10.
And he was just throwing them...
From his car.
Yeah. It really is quite odd.
Yeah. But
to say the least, I don't really understand what...
Yeah.
Why is he doing it anyway?
It's a fetish. I mean, people have odd fetishes, and at least the poop isn't going everywhere. It's in a parking lot, basically. He's tossing it in a parking lot. And the reason why we're mentioning this again is that he was suspended during that time.
Which we did feel was incredibly unfair.
Yeah. But however, the good news is that his license has been reinstated.
Justice has been served, and that is quite right for an attorney, quite literally.
So I believe in second chances, and I believe that, hey, if my lawyer is qualified, he's passed the bar exam, he knows how to drive, clearly because he's in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love Pringles?
Yeah.
Nature takes its course, right? Whether you're doing it in the toilet or not.
Absolutely.
I mean, if you can get it, I mean, I guess the size of it does fit, I guess, it's not, I'm just thinking, would it be really messy? Because, wait, there's something that popped to mind. When you do a number 2, you always got to do number 1 as well. So where's that going?
Maybe you have the small Pringles can.
2 Pringles can going.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they didn't explain this, because defecating, you can never defecate without taking a piss, right?
You can't, no.
But yeah, so the story here, I mean, the main headline is, yes, he was disciplined.
Jake Blakesley.
However,
Let me see what he looks like. If you just
it doesn't really...
Name. Should we show Jake Blakesley?
Jake Blakesley of Noble County. Okay, I'm going to copy this bit so it might actually get a little bit more specific on what Jake Blakesley were after.
Yeah.
I'll just see pictures of criminals.
Oh, look, it's even got his bloody business on here.
I see images.
Oh, is that him?
Is that him? No.
Quite an older gentleman.
Is that him, do you reckon? No, that's Craigslist murder suspect.
Oh, right. Oh, you're right.
I don't think we see a picture of him anywhere.
No.
Accused killer slider.
If you go on he actually has his business up there.
Should we go back?
Yeah, this is actually 3.6 stars.
Should we see the review?
Yeah, I bet he's got... Oh, wow, 1 star. I've never had the privilege of meeting this attorney, but I did read that he has an interesting yet disgusting flavour of Pringle that he enjoys passing out. Kyle N. a week ago. Good lawyer, but never, and I mean never, accept Pringles from him. Rennie Casey heard great things about him, so I retained him. He was never prepared for meetings and was not aggressive about my case at all. Because I was going to say...
Okay, there's only 2 comments about Pringles.
Yeah, and they actually... It seems like back in the day he had a lot of good reviews. But it started to go downhill, which maybe was distracted by the Pringles fetish.
Maybe that's a coping mechanism. That's how it deals with stress.
We don't know.
So he's finished serving 6 months sanction, and that was imposed by a high Supreme Court. So he's complied with conditions, and no further misconduct.
Right, Tony. He's done everything right.
So he's got his license back. So that is good news. So what number we're going with there? It's the 6 because he served his 6 months sentence.
Well done.
So good job. Justice has been served. Rehabilitation does work, as they say. And my third number I've got here is the number 7. And this is a good story here. So 7 sets of twins born within days of each other at Ohio Hospital. So we're saying in Ohio. This is something we don't see very often.
It is.
So, I mean, the story is self-explanatory there. I mean, would you say having twins is a miracle? I mean, it's not really a miracle.
No, but it's rare.
It's rare.
And
7 of them.
Yeah, because I was actually in Hamburg with someone who's in a twin.
Okay.
He's one of 2 twins, believe it or not. And because I asked him, I said, because I knew a different pair of twins in uni, and they said they really can know what each other are thinking at all times.
Mm.
And so I said to him, is it true, if he was in the UK at the time, he's in Germany, do you know what he's thinking right now? He said, no, but they're very good judges of how each other are thinking. If they're in the same room, they both immediately know.
Oh, they've got that intuition.
Yeah, intuition. But there are some twins who say, look, I know exactly what they're thinking at all times.
I'm going to be honest. If you're a dad, I mean, we're in the cost of living crisis right now.
You wouldn't want a couple of twins popping out, would you?
Yeah, imagine that. Your missus...
Double the money.
You've kind of budgeted...
Double the effort.
You budgeted enough just to be lucky enough to say, I can raise a kid now. And suddenly you get the news that, oh, you've got twins. You'll be like, freaking hell.
Bloody Nora.
You'll be like, I'm going to have to go into debt. Unless he buys a few lottery tickets, right? And this is what it's all about.
Yeah.
Lottery tickets so you can actually raise... You can have triplets.
I mean, to be fair, I've always said it, Tony. If you're struggling for cash, you're in debt, the only way out of it is to buy more lottery tickets.
Got to double down.
The only way, yeah.
So, I mean, it's a good story. I mean, they're entering... Well,
it's a feel-good story.
Yeah, with a twin that they're always going to have your back.
Kindred spirit.
Yeah.
Did you say? Yeah.
Is it? Would you call it kindred spirit if they're related?
Why not? Yeah.
So that's number 7 there. So those are the 3 numbers that I've chosen.
So that was
for this
a really
week.
heartwarming and uplifting story. But I'm going to have to just bring the whole thing down here, Tony, because this is a tragic story.
Take me down to earth, Chris. Take me back down to earth.
And it's about the England performance. No, I'm kidding. It is. I won £3.6 million National Lottery jackpot. But small print rule means I won't see a penny. Life's only gone downhill. Yeah, this guy Kirk Stevens and his partner Laura Hoyle scooped the set for life, £10,000 a month for 30 years. But he says his life has only gone downhill after he fell foul of a small print rule. And there they are. 2021, they won it, the couple. And Tony, what do you think the small print rule was?
Oh, I actually don't know because I don't. We should read this.
We should know.
To be honest.
Okay, so here's what happened. Just a year after the lucky win in 2021, Laura dumped Stephen and took all the winnings. Laurie moved alone into the £500,000 mansion the couple had planned to share. She was able to claim the jackpot after the split, as the winning ticket had been bought using her card. The small print rule meant Kirk 39 was left with nothing in a brutal reversal of fortune. Now, I don't know, Tony, I'm just going to say, what is so weird about this? Because they're going on about small print rules.
No, they're not married. They're married?
But, she bought the ticket, so she has the winnings. What's so weird? He should have got it into his bank account. Or is it because it was set for life? They haven't explained it that much.
Yeah, you meant to split, right?
Yeah, well, a partner. I don't think they were married. They've got different surnames. He needed to, number one, get married right away. Number two, spread it across both their bank accounts.
I have to admit, you know what stood out of that? What you just showed me?
Yeah.
It wasn't so much about the winnings, but it was saying 500 grand mansion.
Yeah.
Don't know, they're not from London.
Yeah, absolutely.
500 grand, that's not even too bad.
500 grand. But yeah, after they won it, Laura quit her job. He didn't quit his. The pair bought a Porsche Cayenne. They used the winning to pay for Kirk's postgrad engineering degree, well, at least. We had plans for the future. He said we were going to buy property together and build an empire. But yeah, so what's the law if your spouse wins the lottery? It's actually a really good one. No legal requirement to tell your spouse if you win the lottery. During a divorce, all assets, including lottery winnings, must be declared so they can be considered as part of the financial proceedings. In a landmark case, the High Court held that where one party to a marriage wins the lottery, the other will not share in those winnings unless they were acting together in the ticket's purchase.
How does that work?
For example, if they were effectively acting as a syndicate, or they could be considered to have acted together if the proceeds are invested in joint assets or property. Wow.
That opens up another can of worms then.
Yeah, it really does. I think we've got to really dive into this one next week, Tony.
So what, if you slave away for like 20 years earning a salary, you've got to split that, but if you win $1 million, you're like, oh no, it's
just a bit.
We need to get
weird.
the Pringles lawyer on this.
So basically, the bottom line here is, even if you're married, if the lottery ticket is bought unilaterally, you don't have a claim to it. There was a landmark case. They were living in a council house, used the winnings to buy a 275 grand house. The marriage broke down, husband moved out. He claimed a share of the lottery winnings as part of the divorce settlement, but the court ruled against him. The judge said he was not entitled to an equal share because the wife's lottery winnings were not matrimonial property. He was entitled to a share of proceeds from the family home because when the wife bought it with her winnings, she had converted it into matrimonial property. He still wasn't entitled to an equal share as he had only lived there for a short time. He was awarded a lump sum of only 85 grand. It was bought for 275 grand and the house is now worth 500 grand. Tony, I think we've got to delve really deeply into this one, this whole topic of, if you are acting together like we are. Yeah. Every week I buy the Euro Millions. Every week you buy the National Lottery. What would happen, this is actually a really good point.
It's integrity and all that.
Unless we buy two, unless we buy one each.
Yeah, because you can't split unless you can prove somehow
it's in good faith. It's only in good faith.
That is... I still don't understand that. I thought maybe she's got a kick-ass lawyer.
But I just find that weird if you're married, why should lottery anyway, we can't go, we're going to have to make...
This is
should this be topic of the week, actually?
We've got to delve into because
I think it has to be.
I think it's just a case of the man getting screwed over by the law again.
Yet again,
they're always choosing the man over the woman. Oh.
Anyway, okay, let's bring it back out. Sorry, this is a good one. Man who transformed himself into a lizard reveals horrifying details about body modification procedures. Now you've got to see this. Tony, what this guy looks like. He has transformed himself into a lizard, and look at that. This isn't a joke, that's him.
I think I've seen something similar. That looks painful.
It does. Eric Sprague, I think is his name. He's gone the whole hog, completely transformed himself into a lizard. He's split his tongue in half, sharpened his teeth, and inked himself in green scaly tattoos. He's had a number of horrifying body modifications over the last 3 decades to achieve his eccentric goal, which all started after he became obsessed with Godzilla.
Oh, wow.
It's quite a good one. So he was on this morning. He said, I became a fan of the way reptiles cross all cultures and history. No matter where you go, there's either a tale of a lizard man or a reptilian. You have the serpent in the Garden of Eden. Reptiles occupy a very special place in human consciousness. And as an artist, it was something that I felt I could exploit. Well, Tony, what do you think of this guy? I mean, he really does look like a lizard. He's actually a picture of him here with a reptile in his hands, and you really can't tell them apart.
As long as he's happy. I just think that if you do choose to do something like that, you've got to have confidence on your source of income, because you're very limited, I find, for just doing any normal job. He says he's an artist, tattoo artist maybe, or he's clearly got something.
Well, I mean, he's got some great tattoo things. Yeah. Actually, what I noticed in this photo is that lizard looks really happy.
Yeah.
Doesn't it? It's almost as if it knows.
Yeah, he's like... yeah, he's feel comfortable with the owner, I guess.
Yeah, it's just so...
Man, I already find it quite...
Kindred spirits,
yeah.
as you were saying.
I find it very interesting how people enjoy this stuff. Like, it's just so far removed from me that I go like, damn, I would never do that.
There's some sort of psychology here.
Yeah.
I think we really need to delve into why. Was he abused as a child?
Oh, you're going...
Is he insane? We don't know. We will explore it at a later date.
He's got a high pain threshold, I have to admit, because that stuff...
Yeah, it's not... It's sore.
It's going to be expensive.
The tongue in and of itself, splitting his tongue in half.
And that's not a quick process. I think they make a little hole and then they kind of slowly make the hole bigger until it splits. But then again, all that, I'm not even going to lie, that's probably like 200 grand worth of work on him.
Yeah. I wonder if he gets...
Where did he get the money from this?
Well, who's paying him?
No idea.
But that's 52, Tony, because he's 52 years old. And just to clarify, I should say that the previous one was the number 30, because Set for Life is 30 years. And we've spoken about this recently of... first thing is take that in a lump sum, Set for Life, because it doesn't account for inflation, I don't believe.
And you get interest.
And you get interest. So, it's just two clear ones. Anyway, and just to bring it back down again, so the end is nigh yet again, Tony. Living Nostradamus issues warning to world, claiming worst is yet to come in worrying predictions. You might have heard of this guy before. He's the Brazilian Nostradamus. He's got great skincare.
Yeah.
But he may have had some work done. So he's actually got it right, or so he at least claims. He actually has formed to getting it right, essentially, when he makes predictions about mankind's future. He foresaw the death of Queen Elizabeth II.
Oh, who saw that coming?
Well, I was thinking that when I read it. He foresaw Elon Musk buying Twitter. Now that, that's a good one. And he foresaw the coronavirus pandemic. Now Salome has shared his thoughts on what to expect in 2024. So his name is Athos Salome. He's a parapsychologist from Brazil. Have you heard of that one before? Parapsychologist.
Can I ask a question? Like, if you knew that Elon Musk was going to buy Twitter, would you short the stock, or would you actually buy it?
Well, because he bought it out, you would buy it because Elon Musk had to pay over the odds for the shares.
So why didn't he do that?
Well, very good question.
Yeah.
Or maybe he did.
Oh, maybe he did.
Insider trading.
Oh.
Can they get you on that if you're a psychic? Yeah, so parapsychologist is someone who studies paranormal phenomena for a living. Parapsychologists will often also claim to have psychic abilities such as telepathy, telekinesis, and clairvoyance. This is what he said anyway. He says, the worst is yet to come. And I thought it was actually quite interesting what he said. As AI technology is integrated into modern warfare, we're approaching an era where technology plays a role in conflicts. AI is increasingly integral to weapon systems serving both defensive purposes. The worst is yet to come. As the great leaders, adherents of occultism, it's a word I've never said before, use these practices to achieve surgical precision. My goodness, he swallowed a thesaurus, this guy. And choose the exact moment for their attacks and major events. He highlighted the China and Philippines clash and the ongoing conflict on Russia's borders.
That's happening right now. That's happening.
Yeah, I've
seen Terminator 2 as well.
Is this a forecast, or is this just him observing something that we all know is a threat?
We've all seen Terminator 2. Come on, we know what AI's doing.
We have. We absolutely have. And it's certainly one thing's for sure. Salome will be back.
What? Look at his face.
He looks incredibly odd.
He looks...
Would you trust a man?
I
who
wouldn't
looks
trust
like
that.
this?
No, I think he's already got mental issues there.
Yeah.
I don't mean to be disrespectful.
Well, I'm beginning to think he and the lizard man are sort of one and the same, really. They've had some sort of dark past.
Can you tell us the lottery numbers?
Yeah, can we get him on the show and just tell him? Yeah, he actually was most recently proved right, I should say, when he predicted there was a coronal mass ejection heading for Earth as we witnessed one of the biggest solar storms. He said this would be followed by 3 days of darkness. And yeah, he's...
fair enough.
He predicted details of Kate Middleton's health issues, though he did say she'd be struggling with bone and joint issues rather than undergoing cancer treatment.
Was that
Well, there weren't many options, whether it was either she'd been kidnapped, was dead, or had health issues. Or they were divorced. But yeah, Tony, that one is the number 36, because this chap is 36 years of age.
So yeah, what are the numbers we're buying this week, Chris?
This week, the numbers we're buying, number 6, the number 7, 30, 36, 43, and 52.
Wow, there we have it. Those are the winning numbers, and I'm confident this time, Chris, because England going to win the Euros.
Yeah, you've predicted that, Nostradamus.
We're going to win the lottery.
Lizard Man is going to keep lizarding. Nostradamus is going to keep making all kinds of predictions.
That man is going to continue to nibble on the ears of his
young kids,
young
relatives.
The
Pringles guy, what's he going to keep doing?
He's going to keep defecating. Okay.
So what was the crime, though? The crime is just that he was throwing it in public.
In a parking lot.
It's totally fine for him to keep doing it at home. Just please dispose of it in a responsible way.
So, okay, is it a crime to defecate in a package and put it somewhere? Because
well, as I say, you need to dispose of it. Are you even allowed to put it in the litter? Well, I guess so. You put dog.
But dogs
in there.
Poop everywhere on the streets, and some bad owners don't even pick it up.
Yeah.
So okay, there are dog bins for it. I think it's just, I'm getting confused because is it against the rules to walk around naked in the streets of London?
Yes.
Then why is it okay in the naked bike ride where I'm seeing like hundreds of penises?
Yeah.
Why was that okay?
Hey, here you go. No person shall urinate or defecate in any public place. A person who urinates or defecates in any public place otherwise than by using a lavatory commits an offence and is liable on summary convictions with a fine not exceeding level 3 on the standard scale.
But technically, he defecated in his car and then lobbed the Pringle can outside.
So I mean, this is for the UK anyway.
Yeah.
Let's see, laws on being naked in public. Nudity in public alone with no aggravating features is very unlikely to amount to an offence.
Oh.
It's not an offence to be naked in public in England and Wales, but it does become an offence in certain situations.
Well, when you're walking near an infant school or something. Probably, yeah, right?
Yeah, you're right. If it can be proved the person stripped off with the intention to upset and shock, the complainant has to prove this. That's actually quite interesting then, James. It's like, there you go, naked bike rides have been the norm for years. It's a protest against car culture and oil dependency. So in Britain, people don't like to get it all out, do they?
Well,
only obviously in these situations.
Thank God, I didn't see any happy naked people, if you know what I mean. So they weren't erect.
Yeah,
but
you would have enjoyed it more had they all been erect.
Well,
I don't blame you.
If you interpret it as
what's the point in being naked unless you are excited about it?
It's true. I can imagine some Karen being offended by that.
Yeah.
But you should be happy that they were happy to see you.
But in Europe, in a lot of other places in Europe, I'm sure in like Latin America as well, people are always getting their kit off.
Germany for sure. I mean, you were in Germany.
I didn't see any nudity there, which was. But I mean, it was all the football fans, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But I mean, in a public park, on the beaches, everywhere.
You know what I think you should do, Chris? You know what?
Just go home naked today.
You know when Gary Lineker made that bet that he said if Leicester win the Premier League, he will do the show
in his boxes. Yeah. If we win the lottery, we will do this pod fully nude. And even if we don't win it, we'll do it as well.
You know what?
Oh, I don't know.
No, if we win the lottery, I will do the show in my boxers. Let's do
Okay. Okay, I'm going to do
the
it
same.
in my boxes, but with my t-shirt on.
Okay, I'll put tape on my nipples.
Yeah.
Just to
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, it's interesting.
I'm excited. Okay, we've still got the exciting part of the Euros to happen. We're in it for the lottery.
If France gone through, yes, full time, 1-0 to France. So
Okay, we'll see you guys in the semis, I reckon.
But yeah, the thing is, no, we won't. We've got
it's
the easy
different.
draw. Yeah, so what it's going to be is Spain, Germany. That's going to be a great game on Friday night. France are going to play probably Portugal or Slovenia. Then it's going to be Netherlands or Romania against Austria or Turkey. So I guess Netherlands, Austria, you'd expect. England, Switzerland, and England will play the winner of Austria, Netherlands, or whoever.
Okay, we'll see them in the final.
So, you know, that's the thing. We have an easy run here, Tony. Really, no disrespect. Fine, Schweiz and Österreich look like the better teams. But if you said that before the tournament, you have to beat Slovakia, Switzerland, and Austria.
Oh,
we'd have taken that, wouldn't we?
Boy, you know, with the score, did I just see that the French game's an own goal?
Yeah, so that's no good.
So talk about jamminess.
Yeah.
They're doing even. At least England scored the goals from their own players.
True.
All right, guys. I mean, I guess that brings us to the end, Chris.
Yeah, we better wrap it up.
Yeah.
But we will be back in a week's time.
On Win Me
the Lottery.
Goodbye.
Ciao, ciao.
Come on, England.
Ciao on England.